Stonehenge. That's how the locals say it. And that's the first thing you need to know about Stonehenge. Even though I'm a bit of a history buff, I was still skeptical about spending a half day looking at some ancient rocks. It's the furthest thing that I would think my wife would be interested in. Or any wife, really. Apparently, it was a bucket list item for her, and she had booked a tour through daytourslondon.com for her birthday. She was, however, disappointed when I told her that these are old rocks, but only about 10,000 years or so. It takes billions of years of pressure to compress and become diamonds, the kind of ancient rocks I know she likes. We met Flossie, our tour guide, and Cordley, our driver, at the pickup spot near South Kensington Tube Station in London at 7:15 a.m. We departed on schedule at 7:30 a.m. for the approximately 2-hour drive through the British countryside, westward toward Wales, to Salisbury, the closest town to where Stonehenge is located. Stonehenge is located. We arrived at the visitor center just before 9:30 a.m., at which time it opens. It is very important that you take this first tour if you want good pictures and videos. About 6,000 people visit here every day, so any later in the day would be too crowded, as you can see behind us on some of the pictures. Flossie got us our wristbands right away, and we were on the first shuttle to the actual site, which is about 2 miles away. You can also walk this 30-minute stretch, but it is slightly on an uphill. And again, you want to get there first, so take the shuttle. We were the first ones off the bus and got some amazing pictures and videos. Early bird gets the rocks in this case. You can't actually touch the stones or walk in between them, as they are roped off to preserve the historical significance. Fair enough. It goes without saying that this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Considering the significance of this site, however, I thought we were able to get pretty close. The walkway is about 50 feet from the center stones in the beginning and kind of spirals into the structure where you're only about 20 feet from the stones near the end of your walk. No one really knows the true purpose of this structure nor how it was constructed. There are many theories, and only theories, and I'm not going to bore you with them. So if anyone does give you a fact about Stonehenge, then the fact is that he is a liar. After you're done with the stones, you can take the shuttle back or walk. I would strongly recommend that you do take this leisurely 30 to 40 minute, depending on the number of pictures your wife wants, stroll back to the visitor center. It starts off with a nice stroll through the British plains, leading into a beautiful garden with a nice pathway, which leads on to a massive wheat field. We had tons of fun during this walk and also took as many pictures and videos as my wife wanted. Did I mention that it was her birthday, so I basically had no choice? By the way, these videos do not do the tiniest bit of justice to the actual scenery, which is truly breathtaking, and I never use that word. I don't have any footage back at the visitor center. There wasn't much anyway, so enjoy the fields while I tell you. There is a cafeteria with a fairly limited selection, some hot and some cold food, but very reasonably priced. After this, you can visit the exhibition center that has a 360 immersive experience where you stand in the middle of the stones. Flossie will remind you of this several times. I was, however, pretty underwhelmed by this. I was expecting a 3D dome of some sort, like a planetarium, but it was simply some curved projector screens. No extra cost to this, so if you have the time, check it out since you're there already. We left at around 12 p.m. back to London and were dropped off near the pickup location around 2 p.m., which leaves you the rest of the day to plan another fun activity in the city. So we booked our tickets through getyourguide.com for about $120 each, which is about 70 sterling pounds or 90 US dollars. You can also get yours through Vider.com or their own website at daytourslondon.com. I'm generally not a fan of guided group tours, but I must admit they exceeded my expectations. We are not endorsed or compensated in any way by any of these companies. We genuinely had a great time and wanted to share our experience with anyone thinking about visiting Stonehenge. Stonehenge.